Hi guys, I found a cool website written in plain HTML and CSS. It uses the AOS library and also Bootstrap and line awesome icons. I'm going to take this little website and convert it to the newest Angular 17 framework. I will solve one issue with library AOS because it is known to not be updated on GitHub. Alright, here's the website that I've been talking about. It's written in plain HTML and CSS. As you can see, our navigation bar is on the left, not as usual on the top of the screen. Here we could use the links to go to different sections of this page. It's only one page with different sections. And what's cool about this navigation bar, that it has scrolls by from Bootstrap. That means that whenever we go to a different section, let's say we go from work section to about, this thing will change highlighted color. I mean, about will be highlighted and work section will be as normal text. So you see, we are at work, now about. This is the first cool thing about this website. The second is just overall design of it. Here are the links. They don't lead to anything. Yeah, and this animation is AOS library. Exactly this one. It's pretty cool. It allows us to see this card flow like this. And the contact form in the end. And that's the footer, designed by, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, maybe Savman or Sasman. Anyways, this guy actually created a video about how to write it from the scratch. Quite nice video, I would recommend. Yeah, credits to him. So let's start designing Angular application with this CSS and HTML. This is the code from his project, and I created an empty folder HTML CSS into Angular app. That would be command ng new and HTML CSS 2. We will change CSS into SCSS. That's basically SAS version of CSS. Yes, we want to implement. So our project is creating successfully. All right. Well, not the best solution because I have a nested folder, but it's easy fix. You have to move out from the nested folder. Here's our project. Let's open here. Let's close this window. Here it is. Let's check if it works. ng-serve. Yeah, sure. Okay, our localhost here. And this is how it works. Amazing. So first what we need to do is to copy our assets from that project into the new. Let's just drag and drop, the most simplest way. And we do not need style CSS because it's plain CSS and we are using SCSS. And we'll keep our main CSS in this file, not here. So I will just copy, delete this, and paste. Now we have to fix our variables from CSS, because what's different about SCSS that our variables have different syntax. We use $sign to note our variables. And here we have double dashes. And I have written a simple way how we can remove from multiple places. That would be this. Here it is. Alright, so we removed from many places this thing. Now we have to fix this thing because we have open brackets. No, closed brackets without open brackets, and we don't need brackets at all. For this, I have this regex that I written before. It will target our parentheses. Here it is. Done. Well, actually, I should have done this differently. We need this to be prefixed to each variable. Now we can use the regex. This regex will target close parentheses. We substituted with empty space, so other way saying this, we delete it. Now we have to fix the problems that came on the way. All of them are highlighted in red in VS Code. Start from the top. We accidentally deleted the close parentheses here, also here, here. Alright, now we have to fix the path to image. Well, actually, let's do it the following way. Simple as that. 96. One, 6, 4. Alright, and also we have to fix here, obviously. We split cursor with Option Command. Now let's just ignore this problem for a second and add other styles into the Angular JSON file that allows us to link CSS and JavaScript files. We have 3 files here that we need to link in the styles. The first one will be AOS. I'll copy the name. Then JS. Alright, found the reason. This should be out of root. Now we have another problem. Line 109. So we fixed our color here. I changed the port to 4200. It's much easier to work in this way. And as you can see, our styles are applied. The next thing that I will do, I will create components and refactor our HTML that is written in one place over here at index.html, starting from line 15, going all the way down to here. I will refactor all of this, make separate components. Let's create our first component that will be called about. Here's our about. Then we need block. Then contact. Home. Reviews. Services. Work. This is the first thing. Now we should create our cards components, because if we take a look how it is built, we have our section components, like service section component, and below we have cards. We don't want to write this as here, that every card, we copy paste code for every card. If we have 3 cards in one section, we copy paste 3 times. We don't want to do this. As well as here, pretty much everywhere. This whole website is built with sections and cards. There is a lot of boilerplate code that we want to avoid. Let's start generating them. This will be our first card. It's called project card. Then let's generate about me card. Then blog post. Project blog post. Now we need review card. Service card. I should have 5 cards here. Yes, indeed. And here's our amazing website. I copy pasted these HTML into the app component HTML, because in Angular we cannot. It's not preferable to touch index HTML file. This is why we do not import the styles. We do not link the styles over here, but instead we go to Angular JSON. Let's start to rewrite this into separate components, such as home, services, and so on. Let's start with home. Then service. Work. About. In this tutorial will be a lot of copy pasting, as you can tell by now. But frankly speaking, this is usually how refactoring works. We copy paste a lot of things. Got to create one more component. Here it is, our footer. And navbar. Amazing. We copy pasted everything into separate components. The next thing would be to import everything that we have here. So every component that we created, we should import into our app component so we can access them from here. Happens sometimes. I imported wrong components. I need components, not card components. And here, as you can see, I have review card component. So we have to fix it. Review, reviews component. This is deleted. Should be service. Oops. What's going on? Here we go. Service component. Now, then we should put them in the array. So this is getting too long. Let's break them. Here you go. Now we start using them in our HTML. Let's see. As you can see, now we've successfully refactored it. Here's the problem. We have AOS library over here, and for some reason when you work with Angular, it stops working. So let's reload, and we expect here to have a text here. It's actually here. You can see that my cursor changes to this icon that prompts to select a text. And if you open DevTool, you'll definitely see this text, but it doesn't show up. And this thing actually happens only with Angular. When you use this AOS library in only HTML CSS, it works fine. So here's the problem. And if you close the DevTools, of course it will appear. Here I imported AOS. Here is the CSS AOS. Here is the property that dictates the behavior of AOS. Again, disappeared after reload. Opening appears, closing still there. Reload is done. I found out the solution. Basically, AOS cannot work when our page is not fully loaded. So we have to put if statement and tell when the page is fully loaded, start AOS initialization. Shout out to Big Pecky for this debrief from GitHub issue thread. He found out about this behavior. Observe closely what were happening. Back then, this part was not displayed, but this was displayed as well as this. I didn't scroll down to this point, but basically that's what was happening. And that means that this got executed because this is written later than this. And by the time it hits to this point, page is fully loaded. This is why it was displayed. And here's the function to fix our problem. I'm going to git add everything to avoid this weird highlights. Now there you go. Now the fun part, we need to start making these cards from each component. We are going to about component. We are pulling out the main source, our card, putting it into about me card component, and then using that inside of here. We don't want to touch this because it's our row and column that we wrap around our card component. So that part only. Here you go. We also do not need everything here. As we can see, in this card component, we have title, Master of Software Engineering. Then this, we could call it as subtitle or university, doesn't matter. I think I will stick with subtitle. And this is a paragraph. So let's create these three fields. That would be input. How does it go? Title, string, and empty string. In this refactoring, we will use only string data type. If you want to use anything else, of course, you are free to modify, but I want to make it as simple as possible. And now we will do interpolation here. Interpolation simply words mean that we insert one piece of data inside of another, as at the line number 2. Let's do the same here. But I don't like that for some reason I don't have ItaliCents here. Let's make it everything one line. Great. To the right. Let's go. Yeah, it's right. Now we need to use it. Side of our parent component. First we have to import. Exactly like this. Let's copy our directive. I don't want to accidentally mistake. This directive takes 3 inputs. First would be title. Title is this. Then we have subtitle. And the last thing, paragraph. We have an error. Let's see. '86. Actually, I will delete this to see what is going on here. I don't know what is going on, but let's proceed. So remember, well, let's see actually. About me is this. You cannot see it. Let me see now the columns. Yes. Wait, what's going on here? So we are here. Let's use about cart. Oh, we got double highlight. Why? Here's the answer why. We do not need this. Now it displays correctly. You do need this shadow effect, right? We don't need this shadow effect. Let's avoid this double highlight. Perfect. The same thing but different information, our experience column. It's updated finally. Okay. We're done with this column and this column. Now, the block component. So here we have the image, we have date, paragraph, and a link. The default text is to read more, so let's keep it as it is. And let's make it read only, meaning it is a constant string in our Angular application. Okay, we have it. Import. Then we have a date property. The date is the same. Paragraph. Here it is. I have to change the picture first. I'll do it after I apply this postcard component everywhere. Done. As you can see, it's quite simple to do if you know how to do this, what to use. So I'll just take already written application and copy paste the code from that application into our working project, because we all want to save our time. Let's be efficient with the time, and I'll just put on 2x. I'll speed up this whole process of copy pasting. And if you want to see the details, of course you can select slower speed play on YouTube and see the details of each part. Let's do this in this way. Here it is, the project that I've done before. It's exactly the same. Now I'm going to copy paste. We were at block, so the next is contact. Well, contact is just, where it is? Contact form is just this. We don't even touch because it's just a form, doesn't have any card. footer. The same story is with footer. Home. Same story with home. Navbar we'll do later. Reviews. All right. Now we go to review card. So our review section, where is it? Right here. We don't see any changes, so I'll make it visible. This is a review card. Why? I expected 2 more stars over here. Ah, because I didn't change it. Duh. No, it is changed. I see the app review card. Something is not working here. Here we go. Here, it works. Everything's amazing. We have our card section, review section, with the review cards. Let's continue the procedure. Service. This is the last card. Sometimes it's hard to navigate when you have multiple tabs open. You go to the service card. You need to copy also for TS file. Here you go. Amazing. This is what I just done. And I'm proving that it works. Because without this, the card is broken. What else? I think we are done with the cards. We have service, review, yes, project card. Is this right? I thought I done it. I might have the project. What is this then? Work. I think this is the work, yes. So one way to improve the current application is to name the components similar to the card names. Actually, vice versa, we should name our cards after component name. So in this case, it should be a different name for a project card. But I want to touch refactoring and changing the component names in this project because the Angular does not provide a simple way to do this. You have to manually go to each file and change the name. Work component, be this. All right. No, go back. Work component HTML. Yes, I didn't touch work component. I have an error here, as you can see. A link. Ah, I partially done this. Did I use this twice? No, only once. Read more. Date. This is better. Yeah, my bad. I screwed up with this project card component as well as with the work component, because at the work component I did not change the HTML, I did not include the project card, and at project card I used a little bit different names for variables. Now, block is done, and that's for sure. I remember doing this incorrectly. About me is done. Great. It looks that I have the whole application refactored correctly. One thing is missing is the sidebar. Should be like this. This is the sidebar and navigation bar. For this, I'll show you how I done before. First, I have navigation bar component. Where's the navbar? Oh, I forgot to mention. I have separate components for navbar, footer, and postcard. Postcard. No, it's a mistake. It should be here. Let's delete it from the project I created before. Alright, cards. Close the cards, close this. We have also layout folder. Here we have two different components, footer and navbar. Here I created the navbar at components, which is not super wrong, but could be done better as I've done before. Let's follow the same path. Now I have to move it. Well, first should be a folder for this. Why it doesn't create a folder? Navbar, category navbar. I want to be strict with naming to avoid some nasty situations. And another is footer. Why footer is here? I don't want footer to be there. Move. Exactly. Grab navbar. Right here. Update. Of course, we want to have updated footer. Footer. How to create this? G for generate, C for component. We put this file path, folder path, and component name, footer. Footer. That means the footer will be created at footer folder. Or right here. Okay, it was created as the component is other components, and I don't use this. Delete. We have broken paths. Have to go to app component ts, right? Footer. No, where is it broken? Component line 8. I didn't get it. Why? Sometimes there are weird errors with this Angular. Like before, I couldn't see my linked CSS at Angular JSON, and here's the proof. Sometimes Angular needs to be restarted to function normally. Or sometimes node module should be deleted to, to do npm install once again and refresh every package, everything. Now I have it. So I have to move the footer inside of this component. That was at app HTML, right? No? App footer. I still have footer here. What's going on? It should be at layouts. No. Move. Footer should not be here. I made a mistake in the beginning. Should be at layouts. Category navbar, and what is this? Need everything from here at category navbar, and that's it. Navbar should be empty. Not the trash. Yeah, some weird things with creating the components and putting them in the right place. Footer works, and I don't have footer. All right, it's not a problem. I'll copy paste again. Come on. TS. Ah, it doesn't want TS. What is this footer component? This is... should be right. Here you go. Footer is done. Alright, what is next? And then this, that. Ah, navbar. Should be a navbar here. If I remember this correctly, I have to put CSS here from main style CSS. Navbar, yes. Should be a navbar. Navbar, here it is. Content wrapper. Do I touch content wrapper? Yes, I do. Take all of this, put over here. And then I need navbar here. Navbar component is over here. Amazing. Then I go to HTML. We put category app navbar before everything. I have to import it first. Oh, it's already imported. It's already imported. All I have to do is to use it. Like this. Okay, this right here. Responsiveness. But it doesn't stick to the left side. This should be on the left side. How to import? Import? No, use. SAS recommend to use instead of import. No parentheses. No, nothing. And then the main thing we have to use style. Styles as prefix with dot. So they see. I know how to do this in the fastest possible way. like this, and then this. We prefix all of them. What's going on? Something with the image. Cart layouts. Assets. Where are the assets? Yes. Image is fixed. Nice. Here it is. This is the whole application. Responsiveness should be responsive. It's not responsive because I need a wrapper. Need a wrapper here. I will take this all, copy paste over here. And of course, I should remove this because it is within the same file. And this link. I should stop saying link and use the word path. Done. Responsive. Responsive. This is it. Refactor everything into the component based Angular 17. It's not hard, absolutely not hard, although you should not open multiple tabs because then you get lost quite quickly, as you could see. One tab, one component. If you finish working with a component, always close it. Oh, one more thing. If you look at the previous, here we have Scroll Spy. Yes, I was thinking about the name. Scroll Spy. Scroll Spy says what current page you look at. Here we are at section work. It will highlight this nav link. The same with other sections. In my application, I do not have it implemented. It's not hard to do this. We use Bootstrap for that. I have to go to navbar, app component. I'll have to create a separate div to track it. We will start tracking everything here. I have to remember the syntax. Scroll Spy. Yes, so how it works, you could read it at documentation. Scroll Spy Bootstrap 5.2. I have to include these things on the parent wrapper, parent div, that will act as a wrapper. Here I link the navbar over here. I'll fix it in a moment. And accessibility would be this thing. It means that I can access all of that with my tab key. Accessibility is quite important nowadays. We want to be inclusive and okay, this thing is over here. I have to go to navbar. Navbar components HTML. I have to use this ID for my navbar. That's how Scroll Spy knows where to target. It links my navigation bar with these components and tracks whenever I hit the viewport of any of these components. The Scroll Spy will be triggered and will put active class at each navbar. I'm gonna show it right there. Navbar will be highlighted with the color I select. Navbar link, to be specific. Now that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, put a like below. Follow me to see more videos like this and have a good day.